have a frozen Kit Kat downstairs. It sounds really good right now. We wake up the next morning and continue our travels. Wow, after my last burst of after my last burst of magic, I've tried to replicate that feeling of casting. Although I'm finally seeing improvement, I still can't cast as well as I hope. The result of my casting is just a weak tendril of magic, but at least it's something. Leanna's spirits have been lifted too, and she continues my training with renewed enthusiasm. Wow, I can't speak or do anything. A couple of days pass before the trees become denser as we reach the woods. Oh, we're going to the forest temple right now. Hell yeah. We must be on the right track. At first, the walk is easy as the trees line a well-worn path, but the deeper into the forest we traverse, the more careful we become of our step as the undergrowth. The pango wobbles unsteadily over the roots and debris on the ground, then hops onto my shoulder. That's probably smart, buddy. The canopy overhead thickens, blocking out much of the sunlight. Leanna glances uneasily around her. Oh, she didn't like forests. This is good. Noticing Leanna, Zach glances around too and becomes grave.
I think we stumbled into the forest of grieving.
Right on. There's so many spooky forests in here. There's so many opportunities for Leanna to grab my arm and horror. This is good. This is fine. I'm alright with this. Leanna balks. I don't know what this word means.
Grieving?
The pango looks concerned.
Boy?
Wow. Well done. Zach nods. Kara looks curiously at Zach and then watches Leanna gaze suspiciously around her. She seems to put two and two together and grins mischievously.
Isn't that the one with all the trapped souls?
Thank you. Thank you for wingman? Maybe? Wingwoman? Whatever. Thank you for this. This is going well. Isn't that the one with all the trapped souls? Leanna's eyes widen and her voice trembles.
Trapped souls?
Is every forest in this place haunted? I don't want to help spook her, right? Because I want her to cling to me. Who's he's teasing? There's no he. What does go along? Let's just say, is every forest in this place haunted? My eyes widen. This forest is haunted too? Why is every forest haunted? Zach and Kara share a glance and hide a smile. What? What is it?
Do you want to know why they're trapped?
Leanna vigorously shakes her head.
Nope, I do not want to know. In fact, none of us want to know.
I want to know! Amelia puts her hands on her hips.
Evidently, Zach, you were misinformed, as there is no such place as the Forest of Grieving.
You ruined it!
No, there definitely is a forest of grieving. Right, Kara?
Absolutely.
If that is true, it is certainly not here.
Leanna pouts, her face bright red.
You guys are the worst!
She rushes close to Amelia and pointedly ignores Zach and Kara, who pretend to hide their amusement. The pango shoots two of them dirty looks.
Poi!
Darn. I thought they were trying to... Damn it!
That's right, Pongo.
I don't think it would have actually changed anything. I want to see if I can get her to hold on to my arm. Shit! She scoops him into her arms and hugs him close into her chest. The pango doesn't protest. We continue to walk in silence. As we venture further within the forest, the air feels thick and heavy. The canopy thins out, but the trees themselves have nodded and thick bark. Have nodded and thick bark, making them seem very old. What? Thins out, but the trees themselves have nodded and thick... I don't understand this. They brighten with an ethereal blue-green luminescence. Does anyone feel that? No, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. The pango squirms in Leanna's grasp and hops out before exploring the forest.
This place is loaded with magical energy.
Is that why it's glowing? Wow, you are the best observation person ever. I hate myself. This is fine.
The natural formation of crystals is what gives it its coloration.
I take my time admiring the natural beauty of the place. This place feels like a scene from a fairy tale. The only thing missing is the guy gets the princess. What? Peeking out from behind a tree is a small pink pongo. I'm gonna start saying pongo because otherwise people are gonna yell at me. Ooh, I haven't uploaded the first part yet and people are already gonna yell at me. I already know. Oh fuck. My pongo hops over to her, and when she realizes she's been spotted, she hops out into view and tilts her head curiously.
Boy?
Dude, even my pongo found a girlfriend. Jesus Christ.
Boy.
The pink pongo looks over at Leanna and gives her a wide grin. Leanna gasps as it hops over to her.
How cute!
She reaches out towards the pink pongo, who hops into her arms.
Aw, she likes me.
Leanna squeals excitedly and hugs her close.
Boy?
Green. Another pongo peeks out. Pongo, sorry. I'm gonna get this right. Peeks out from behind a bush and hops over to Leanna. Her grin grows even wider. She opens her arms and the pongo hops in, much to Leanna's delight.
Another pongo. Boy.
More of them.
Boy. What?
Even more pongos pop out from behind the trees and bushes and begin to surround Leanna, who watches them with joy.
So many pongos.
Them all, sweetheart. You're gonna have to make room somewhere. I don't know how. She reaches out to all of them, and they each openly receive her attention.
Boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, there's so many. There's a purple one. Wait, I'm curious though, because I saw, you can tell they're the females based on the eye shape. There's not a difference. I don't understand this. Ugh. The chorus of poise increase as even more emerge, and soon even Leanna is overwhelmed by the sheer number of pongos. Zack stands close to the edge of the trees, stands as close to the edge of the trees as possible and as far away from the pongos as possible. His hands hover protectively over his dischargers as he eyes the pongos suspiciously. Amelia moves from pongo to pongo, seemingly studying the variations. Kara joins in and plays with the pongos closest to her. As even more pongos filter out into the clearing, Leanna's eyes fill with tears. Jesus Christ.
Too many pongos.
Jesus. Oh no! Leanna, are you okay? Her smile is still as wide as ever, but she kneels on the ground, holding as many pongos as she can in her arms, that being one. But the tears continue to flow. She speaks between sobs.
I can't hug them all.
This is so travesty right here. Kara comes over and, Kara. All these names, fuck. Kara comes over and puts a comforting arm around her.
It's okay. Just hug as many as you can.
Leanna sniffles and nods. Oh my god. My pongo looks up at me with a wondering gaze. How do I tell mine apart? Join in on the fun. Let's stay. I look down at him and smile. Don't worry, you're the only pongo I need. He beams and hops into my arms and then nuzzles me affectionately. From among the pongos emerges a pongo larger than the others. Oh, there's a king. He has a twist of leaves which he wears around his head as he passes. All the other pongos seem to settle down in reverence. He pauses in front of Leanna.
Boy.
Pongo king! Leanna blinks.
Boy.
Right on, dude. That was a long string of poise. Ah! Let Leanna do the talking. She seems to be the expert on pongo stuff. I certainly have no idea what's going on. My pongo steps up to the larger pongo and speaks in a series of poise.
Boy.
Yeah, dude. Right on. The larger pongo seems surprised, then nods.
Boy.
Do we have a direct translation of this?
Boy.
He turns around and hops deeper into the forest. My pongo faces us.
Boy.
He tilts his head to indicate the forest, then follows the larger pongo. Should we follow them? Zack shrugs, but Leanna nods.
Yeah, I think we should. At the very least, we can't leave him.
What if he's leading us to...
It would seem that the other Pongos respect the larger Pongo. He may be the equivalent of a king or other authority figure. If he wished us harm, we would already know.
Besides, the most harm a Pongo can do is cuddle us.
This is true. We better get a move on before we lose them. We follow the Pongos further into the forest. Some of the other Pongos tag along, popping in and out of the trees. I've never seen so many Pongos in one place before. What are they all doing here? Apparently this is where literally all of them have been hiding, because I don't think we've passed like another one since like forever ago. We stop in front of a crumbling stone structure. Dude, it is the forest temple.
Boy.
Hell yeah.
Boy?
The Pongo leader
Boy,
nods.
boy, boy. Boy! Boy, 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 boy.
I can't handle this right now.
Boy. Boy, boy.
It would seem
Yes,
the
thank you.
Pongos have escorted us to the temple we seek.
How did they know? Can they understand us? I think that was implied.
More than likely, our Pongo friend inquired as to the reason for the migration of so many Pongos in one area. He must have been curious about their source of energy, which just happens to be the Earth Temple.
I narrow my eyes at Amelia. This seems very coincidental. Do you speak Pongo?
No, but that rationale should be common sense.
Zack snorts, then tries to cover it up. I look back at the temple. It clearly hasn't been touched in a long time, and half of it is falling apart. That's my life. Is it safe to go in there? Kara seems excited. Sorry, my apologies.
Only one way to find out.
She marches towards the temple.
But what about the Pongos? Won't they be upset?
Nah, dude. Especially considering we intend to absorb the energy. Actually, I intend to absorb the energy because y'all would explode and I'm cool. Ha ha ha. Kill me. I live a life of suffering. What?
The temples were built over areas of naturally high concentrations of energy, so the temples continuously amass energy at an accelerated rate.
Whoa. Right on. I'm okay with that. Does that mean I'm gonna get... Wait. Jesus Christ, how much energy do I need then?
Therefore, the amount which we will absorb will be replenished fast enough to not adversely affect the Pongo's ecosystem.
Anyway, whatever. This is fine. I'm not gonna question it. There's no rationale to... There's no rationale to this. This is fine. Why don't people live near these pockets of continuous energy?
The only energy we are able to manipulate is extracted from crystals. This form of energy, which resides in the air, cannot be manipulated or absorbed by humans.
Unless you're me, cause I'm cool. Ugh. She pauses.
Humans of Terra, that is. In contrast, Pongos are able to absorb all forms of energy, including airborne.
I see. Either way, it sounds like the Pongos will be okay. Leanna nods and we follow Kara. The Pongos make no move to stop us, but we continue to watch us curiously. Sorry. Come on. We approach the temple's entrance. It's right there. Just go right there. Whoa, this is cool. The temple structure, at least what remains of it, reminds me of the one from the fire temple. It's built with an open front, and I can see where the altars may have stood in the past. Now it's just weathered stone. The columns are still holding up, but I watch them precariously, untrusting of their stability. Yeah, that sounds about right. Jesus. Vibrant green moss camouflages the gray stones. I have to admit, this view is quite impressive. Kara takes the lead and steps carefully on the stones, obviously testing for traps. The rest of us hang back and let her explore without distraction. Leanna holds onto the Pongo, who seems eager to explore with Kara. After circling through the temple, she returns to us, perplexed.
Based on the design of the fire temple, I figured the earth temple would have more traps.
Maybe they assumed no one would find it, which is probably accurate.
Or even just one trap, but I found 0.
Then we should definitely stay on our guard.
Are you doubting my abilities?
No! I just meant...
Kara giggles.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Zach, don't you look dumb. Oh, God. I'm awful. This is fine. Zack grumbles and crosses his arms. Amelia steps up to the temple and starts to have a careful look around. The rest of us slowly filter in too. Amy fidgets with her manipulator, much to the curiosity of Leanna.
What are you checking?
I am searching for any anomalies in these magical readings. The barrier from the last temple resonated a unique signature. If such a thing were to exist here as well, it is highly likely to lead us to the Earth Elemental.
Hi, this is a thing. There's an extra S on this. I think this is probably the early access version. Like, there's just a few like spelling or grammar mistakes in the early access version. I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but that's probably what it is. Kara shakes her head in wonder.
I still can't believe the elementals are real.
Wow! Don't you look dumb. Hi, I'm from New York.
I wouldn't jump so fast to that conclusion.
Nah, dude, it's true.
Seriously? Did you forget about our journey to the fire temple?
I didn't. But I don't remember me or the rest of you seeing the fire elemental.
Hi. I am here.
Except him.
That gives me a pointed look.
He wouldn't have a reason to lie about it.
Exposure to large quantities of magical energy can potentially cause hallucinations. There have been documented cases of such events transpiring.
This is rad. So this is basically like I'm totally getting high off my ass. And I'm totally going on an acid trip, and each one, like a very brief acid trip. This is great. I love it. I don't know. I'm so, I don't even know. This is fine. I'm not from here. Anything is possible. Where's my acid thing? She's how I absorbed energy. I'm gonna stick with it. She wasn't a hallucination. She's definitely real. Doesn't her transferring energy to me count as proof? Hi, there's a line there. Excuse me. Now I have my chance to be Amy here. Your absorption of magic and the existence of elementals is not a casual relation. Wow, I already feel... I can't tell if my IQ just, like, got, like, boosted by 10 points, or if, like, my overall intelligence just fell to the rock bottom. I thought you'd be the one most likely to believe me.
I do give credence to your anecdote in which you believe to have seen the fire elemental. However, more evidence is required to turn that anecdote into a fact.
She continues to attentively monitor her manipulator. Whack.
There appears to be a strange pattern regarding energy distribution.
A sudden rumble from above breaks our attention. The rocks shift precariously, then crack and come crashing down above me, because that's how fantasy works.
Look out!
Leanna tackles us both out of the way just as the rock smashes down, because I don't have enough reflexes to move out of the way on my own and be an independent person. Why would I want that? No. Duh. When I can have a girl tackle me onto the ground. This is okay. I'm actually okay with this. This is fine. Leaving a heavy just so the rock smashes down, leaving a heavy split in the stones on the ground. I land hard and my body erupts in aches. Wow, what a mood.
Are you okay?
I will live, sweetheart. Thank you for your assistance. Leanna props herself up on top of me and peers down with a worried look. I feel like this is going to go poorly with the others.
Sorry. I channeled my wind energy into reaching you in time, and I didn't even think about softening the landing.
Darn! Ow! I stare at her. You just saved my life, and you're apologizing over something like that? Leanna looks a little surprised, but then she lets out a smile. Are you okay?
Yeah, thankfully the brunt of my fall was broken by...
Her voice trails off and her cheeks redden when she realizes she's straddling me. She quickly picks herself up. Aw, I didn't actually mind us being like that. I wince as I carefully push myself to my feet. Leanna's attention is on the mountain of rocks sectioning us off from the rest of the team. Oh, they didn't see us.
Can you guys hear us?
This is fine. I didn't even realize that was the case. I should have read. Kara's voice is muted from the other side of the rock wall. We're fine! What happened?
The structure collapsed from the instability of the ruins.
Speak up!
I would advise caution moving forward.
You can teleport, Pongo. Just figure it out. The Pongo's voice is very small. Pongo!
Don't worry. He's safe here with us.
Speaking of moving, how are we gonna get these stones moved?
Water.
Stand to the side. I'll move them with my magic.
Oh yeah, let me hurl the rocks at your faces. Leanna motions me to move back, and I comply. Her gauntlet flickers to life as she channels her wind energy. At first, the rocks refuse to budge, but Leanna keeps trying. Sweat beads on her face as she concentrates, but even after a few more attempts, she's unable to move any of the rocks to break the wall.
I can't seem to move any of the stones.
The frustration is evident in her voice. It's weird that she can't move any of the stones at all. I hear some shuffling on the other end, and I assume it's Amy using her manipulator to scan.
Interesting. It appears these are no ordinary stones. They are shielded with magic.
We've been had! The barrier is here! What does that mean?
The magic they are shielded with are dampening any other outside magical efforts.
That's not good.
Excellent observation, sweetheart. You're great.
However, in light of this new information, I am able to adjust the type of reading necessary to override the wall's magic block. By doing so, I am able to plot out the navigation of this temple as the ruins emit energy. Based on our current locale, our paths will converge in a short time if we move further in.
Wow. So this basically doesn't even matter. Cool. Right on. That sounds like a plan to me.
Let's get going then.
Leanna and I look at each other and nod. We start heading in the direction Amy provided. We sit close together and keep a cautious eye on our surroundings. Leanna periodically checks her manipulator. Looking for something? Ah, my voice went out. Looking for something?
I'm following Amy's energy signature to make sure we're both going in the same direction. So far, we're still on the right path, and should be converging with them soon enough.
That's good. I put my hands behind my head. Wait, no you didn't. Wait, yes he did. Here. What is he, how do you do this properly? Hey, I forgot to say I don't know how you do it, it's fine. Hey, I forgot to thank you earlier for saving me. Thanks. Leanna smiles.
You did the same for me.
When? Oh yeah, that one time. Huh?
Raven Pass, remember? When we fought the treasurer.
Well, no. That wasn't the same. Because we both avoided the thing, and I took the dark magic hit, so that means I'm better than you. I'm sorry, I love you. Oh, that. I guess so, but I only pushed you out of the way back then. In hindsight, I probably should have also dived out of the way too. Instead of, eating the blast with my mouth.
Moving out of the way would have been a better idea, but it was heroic nonetheless.
Wow, thanks. Leanna smirks.
Besides, you find yourself in trouble so often that saving you has kind of become second nature.
Wow. Should I be offended or was that like flirting? I don't know. Wow. I think I am supposed to. Wow. Rude. Leanna giggles. She seems to be in better spirits as we continue traveling. We turn a corner and find ourselves in a slightly open area. I notice a bit of movement from the corner of my eyes, but when I look over, all I see are the same mossy vines which were covering the entrance of the temple too. That's strange.
The energy reading here is higher than usual.
Oh. This is fine. Okay, it's higher than usual. The music cut out. Something bad's gonna happen. What's up? Leanna goes to draw her sword. There's something bad's happening.
It's not dormant like everywhere else. I'm scanning active energy here.
Oh, someone's dead. We're gonna fucking die. This is fine. Before I can react, vines shoot up from the stones and... Oh, was that there before? I don't know. From the stones of the ruins and converge straight towards Leanna. She gasps and attempts to swing at the incoming vines, but there are too many of them. As they entangle her limbs, she loses the grip on her sword and it clatters to the ground. Oh my.
What is this?
Can we just... Is this like hentai, but like not tentacle hentai? I like I like the little thing at the top where it's just like, oh, surprise. Oh, this is fine. What is this? Beats me. For some reason, the vines only target Leanna, and I've kept a berth around me. It's because I smell like shit. Oh, the vines don't like me. It's probably because they only like to entangle females. In anime, this is fine. Maybe the trap was only sensitive to energy manipulation. Thankfully, I wasn't casting. Leanna struggles to break free in vain as the vines lift her off the ground.
Help me down!
But how? I mean, I will, but like how? I pull out my sword, but the vines twist and tangle around each other, which makes Leanna a moving target too. The last thing I want to do is accidentally cut her as I'm trying to cut the vines. It might be best that I wait, right? Hold on, let's see where this goes. I almost feel like this... Like, even though, just because given there's two choices here, like, something tells me, like, there might, like, the correct answer is actually, like, well, let's just try and help free her first. Whoa, I am cool. You hear that? That was like, oh god, who's, Hawkeye? It's fine. I dashed, that was with skillful position, I dashed forward and with skillful precision sliced down the vines. As my sword cuts through the vines, they writhe and shrink away from Leanna until she's able to wriggle free. Unfortunately, more vines emerge and head straight for me. I cut them as they approach, but there are too many of them and I struggle to keep up. Ugh, just as the vines are about to encircle me, I spot the familiar glow of a blade. I spot the familiar glow of a blade carved trails. This doesn't make any sense. I spot the familiar glow of a blade carving trails of light through the vines. Leanna is a blur as she methodically slices the vines with an accuracy and speed I strive to mimic. Before long, all of the vines lay motionless in motionless pieces on the ground. Well then.
This never happened. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. At least it could have been a lot worse. I just want you to know that. She glares at me despite her burning cheeks. Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Let's hurry up and get going then.
Leanna doesn't wait for me as she continues down the path. I jog to catch up to her. Leanna is extra cautious and keeps her blade at the ready as we continue down the path. I think my character and I are actually the same person. Thankfully, without further incident, we spot the rest of the group waiting for us on a converging path.
You guys made it!
Just only barely.
Boy!
Pango bounces over to me and leaps into my arms. Hey, buddy. Kara beams and waves us over. She blinks when she gets a better look at us.
Whoa. Did something happen?
Let me tell you about it. I mean, Leanna clears her throat as a subtle pink tinges her cheeks.
Nothing at all. Isn't that right?
She shoots me a warning glare. Right, nothing. Kara looks back and forth between us and then grins.
Oh, I get it. I mean, you two were alone after all.
I wish. Leanna's cheeks flare.
No, it's not what you're thinking.
Kara winks.
Right. Nothing happened.
Leanna mumbles something incoherent as she pushes past... I was thinking the wrong A. As she pushes past Kara.
What is with everyone's overly active imaginations today?
The group looks to me for answers. Yeah, nothing happened. Let's get going.
I concur. It would be advisable not to spend any more time than necessary here.
All right, let's go.
Right on, Zach. Thanks for helping me out of that one. Don't worry about it. The Pongo shrugs as he hops onto my head. With Leanna leading the way, we continue moving forward. We continue down the path of the Earth Temple. Wow. Aww. Darn. I can do... What am I doing well at? Do well. We finally make it to the core of the temple. I wonder what happens if you just say do poorly. Maybe Leanna will just hate me forever. We finally make it to the core of the temple. The center of the temple is a lot different than the rest of the place. For one, it's not crumbling apart. Birds flitter across the sky and there is a lush greenery all around. Sitting in the middle of the garden is a beautiful woman, again, which likely no one can see. Jesus Christ. Why do I even bother? Her dress is the same green as the plants, and there's something about her that feels warm, inviting, and alive. Also, question. I don't really want to bring this up, but like just kind of look at how she's sitting, and that looks kind of uncomfortable. Although we're not sure if she actually has underwear on. I mean, clearly not up in the upper body, but like, you know, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The sounds and voices of my friends fade away as I'm filled with the tranquility and beauty of nature surrounding me. She raises her hand, and at her touch, oh, she's looking at me. At her touch, I feel a sense of calm and peace. Just like at the fire temple, I can feel the revitalizing effect of the energy absorption. The more energy I absorb, the more translucent the elemental becomes, until with a small smile, she disappears. And this whole picture disappears. Slowly, the scenic nature view fades away. Hold on. Slowly, the scenic nature view fades from my senses, and I'm pulled back to the crumbling ruins of the temple and the curious faces of my friends. How disappointing. Amy and Leanna hover by me as the Pongo looks up at me from the ground.
His pupil dilation is returning to normal.
Are you feeling okay? You completely zoned out there.
I nod. I still feel dazed as the remnants of tranquility begin to fade.
Did you see the Earth Elemental?
I did. This time, though, it felt different. When the energy was channeling into me at the fire temple, I felt a rush of passion and strength. This time I felt more of a sense of peace and calmness.
I can confirm you did absorb a substantial quantity of energy. However, your mention of feeling emotions based on absorbing different elemental energy is quite fascinating. It is something which has never been reported before, given that humans of Terra cannot absorb energy. Once your senses have fully returned to normal, I would appreciate discussing in greater detail what exactly you experienced during the actual absorption of energy.
Sure. We can talk about it later. Where are Zach and Kara? Different A sounds. As if on cue, the two of them appear, each holding bags full with what I would assume is whatever loot could be found.
Don't mind us. We just went on a little all-you-can-grab treasure buffet.
Darn, I'm still trying to get to that goddamn all-you-can-eat buffet. I just want a frickin' pizza or something. She grins and opens her pouch to hand something to Amy.
Here, I found this.
She hands Amelia an ancient tome.
I figured you might be interested in this sort of thing.
Amy carefully, they can't decide if it's Amy or Amelia. Amy carefully turns the pages of the book with great interest.
This is written in ancient Gaian script, a language of which I have studied, but of which I am not fluent.
Oh, I get to be Amelia again. She didn't finish. Okay, here we go. Fuck. It will take me some time to translate it using my references, Google Translate, but the content should be most academic. I tried. Let it be known. She smiles at Kara.
Thank you.
Kara pats her on the head.
You're most welcome.
A rumble above interrupts us. Rocks are going to follow me again. Leah and I need help. We all tense up and go on high alert, but no rock slide occurs this time.
It looks like we got everything we need from here. Let's head out before another cave-in blocks our exit.
We all agree, and still on high alert, make our way out of the temple as quickly as we can. Oh, water. There we go. Fixed it. We make it out of the temple and back into the forest. The sunlight shimmers through the trees, making me wince and blink. Ow! I cannot see! Lena lets out a deep, relieved breath.
We made it.
Now that we have successfully made it through the temple, let us not forget our purpose for coming here.
We look at Amelia with curiosity. She gestures to me.
His energy reading has increased substantially. Perhaps it is now possible for him to open a temporal rift.
You want to try that now? A grin spreads across Amelia's face.
Indeed.
But I haven't talked with you yet. This place is pretty barren. I suppose we can try it here. Kara blinks.
Oh, you're doing that again.
She shuffles away, and away, and away, until she's behind the tree.
Keeping watch again?
You know it.
Zach creates a bit of distance too, but not as much as Kara. Leanna and Amelia look at me.
Are you ready?
No. Kara's voice is far away.
Wait!
She races back, scoops up the Pongo, who gives a little squeak of protest, then sprints back to her tree. Finally, she gives a thumbs up.
Okay, good to go.
All right,
Thanks.
let's try it. Just do what you did last time, except now you can focus and channel your energy.
Amelia, who is standing beside her, nods. I close my eyes and try to focus on creating a rift, whatever that means. Whatever that looks like. I bring up in my mind the images of what I saw when I first entered Terra. I inhale and exhale slowly as I try to draw in on that peace I felt when I met the Earth Elemental. I remember this. I remember the scent of wildflowers, the fluttering of birds, and the creaking of trees. It fills my body with a soft, gentle calm that spreads throughout the rest of my body. An odd, tranquil stillness fills my mind.
Keep going. Visualize your cast.
My brows furrow. I see a dark shape peeling away at the sky. And suddenly a hot surge of energy flashes down my arm. There's a loud crack followed by a hiss. I open my eyes. A churning wind pours out of my manipulator and swirls about the dirt and grass. The trees groan and sway. I try to keep the wind stable, but it's just too strong. The muscles in my arms strain with effort. The wind whips about Leanna's hair and clothes. My cast is more powerful than before, but still unrefined.
You are nervous and panicking. Ease your mind and calm yourself.
Don't fucking tell me what to do. Right. Don't panic. Don't panic. My heart lurches. Anxiety coils in my
You
stomach.
may stop now.
I do as she says. The wind snarls and then smooths to a gentle breeze. The last bit of it skims through the grass and then vanishes quick as a butterfly flutter. My arms dangle at my sides. It feels as if they're being pulled down by heavy weights. I take in deep breaths, my heart still pounding. I cringe and look up at the two. How did I do? Leanna hesitates.
That was...
A failure.
Amelia!
Right on! Yes! Amy blinks in surprise.
Is that not what you're going to say? He was unable to create the rift.
Leanna sighs and crosses her arms.
He did better than his first try. He actually cast something this time.
Amelia blinks again.
I see. I suppose there was some improvement.
She taps her chin in thought.
I believe your magic training should involve bettering your accuracy and honing your focus. At this point,
Fuck, what did I do?
we are still unsure if the inability to create the rift is from your lack of energy or technique.
Right. I puff out a defeated sigh. It seems that I still have a long way to go.
Hey, where did Zach go?
They're making out. Huh? I look up, Zach isn't anywhere in sight. That's weird. I glance around. Deep in the forest, I see a rustle of something black. I squint. Maybe it's Zach's trench coat. I zero in on it to see Zach and Kara peeking behind the same tree. Hey, when did you get all the way back there? Zach's voice is faint.
You couldn't control it. No way was I gonna stand there if you went splat. This coat is not easy to clean.
My jaw gives a little tweak. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Kara grins and claps her hands. She shouts for us to hear her.
You put on quite the show. Glad I wasn't there for it, though.
Leanna frowns.
Okay, it's done now. Can you guys come back?
Kara skips over. Zack follows with his arms crossed.
So, where to next?
According to Eldorism's notes, Ellendale is the closest city located to where the ancient people worshipped the air elemental. I believe we will be able to uncover more information from the library there.
Right on. Books. Yes, my favorite. Kara smiles and ruffles Amy's hair.
Sounds great, Amy.
Amelia flushes. She coughs and then glances away.
Let us be on our way.
We hike out of the forest and find a new path. Amy leads us north, and we begin traveling on foot for the rest of the day. My legs ache, and by the time the sun starts to disappear, I'm ready to collapse. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects from trying to cast earlier, but all of this walking is making me even more exhausted than usual. My apologies. We keep walking until we find a good campsite. Leanna says the large open space would be a good place for me to practice my wind magic in the morning. Amelia sparks a small campfire for us. Zack cooks up another delicious dinner, and by the time I'm done, I can barely keep my eyes open. The rest of the group is still up and talking, but as soon as I lay my head down, I tumble into a deep and fast sleep. I require the facilities.